This is the Playbook. I'm Kevin Cacabelos, the Loyolan sports editor. To my right is Dan Raffety, managing editor of the Loyolan. And then to my left is Sam Borsos, your assistant sports editor. For today's edition of the Playbook, we decided that it'd be cool to talk about the teams recovering. We're about a month through the first set of games, I'd say. Sam, you've been covering the volleyball team. Can you just give the audience a feel for how the team's doing? I know they went 2-0 last week. What are they showing right now, and what do you expect from them the rest of conference play?
Sure, Kevin. Well, the team is 2-0 in conference right now. They're actually currently playing against Gonzaga University in Spokane, and it looks like they're going to pull out the win. So I'm expecting them to do pretty well in conference this year. They went 8-8 last year, and I think they're going to come out with a winning season record.
Who are some of their key players, you'd say?
Definitely the seniors. There's some pretty strong senior leadership. So Kathleen Luft is a senior outside hitter. She's doing really well. She got WCC Player of the Week this week, and Betsy Metter is amazing on defense, and she's just carrying the team.
Awesome. And then the men's water polo, nationally ranked right now.
Right.
Dan, can you give us insight on how this team is doing? Are they living up to their expectations so far?
This is an interesting team because they're so young, and they came in with more questions than answers. And at the beginning of the season, to be honest, despite the record, they played better than people thought they were going to. They beat Pepperdine in one of the greatest games that LMU has seen at home. However, because this team is so young, they don't have the experience to have sustained excellence.
Yeah.
They went down to San Diego and lost against their conference rival. Now, this may be the only conference game in San Diego against the Tritons. I'm talking about UCSD. So they really played themselves out of the conference championship. The way college water polo works is it all goes by seeding. They still have a chance. But this team right now has more questions than answers.
Yeah. And they have a pretty big matchup this weekend, right?
Huge matchup this weekend against number 1 UCLA at 1 p.m. Burns Aquatic Center. The Lions have never beaten the Bruins in water polo. This could be maybe the first time. They have a lot of star power, and it's going to take a lot for them to beat the
I'm
Bruins.
going to push you. Give me a prediction.
The Bruins just came off a victory against number 1 USC, ending a 41-match winning streak. This team is young. They're good. The Lions, let's put it this way, the Lions will have to play a perfect game to beat the number 1 team in the country.
Okay, I can see that. And then on my end, I've been covering the men's soccer team.
They've been doing pretty well.
Yes, they have. They're finishing up their non-conference season. They'll play UC Santa Barbara, who's in the top 25 right now.
Good team.
And right now, after talking with head coach Paul Crumpy after the last match, he said, if we beat UC Santa Barbara, we can go 500 in conference play and push for an at-large bid, which is huge because usually there's only one team from the WCC that makes it. Mm-hmm. But there's the strength of their opponents that they played in the non-conference. They've only lost one match.
Right.
They have a very solid chance. Their defense right now is really carrying them. They've only allowed 3 goals the past couple games. Craig Nitty, Ryan Felix, both above 6 foot. They got 2 strong goalies. We don't know if Thompson's going to play in this next game. But either way, their defense is solid. It's going to carry them through conference play, and I think it's going to be a special season for the Lions.
Very cool, very cool.
And that wraps up this week's edition of the Playbook. We'll see you next week.